All right, here we go. This is Samson number 3, I think. Is that right? Samson 3? And it'll be 3 beta if we go back to a full house 3. So that's to be determined what version of 3 this is. We last left our superheroes when we were looking into Hazelelponi. And I want to continue that. What I'm really after, remember, let's just give some quick review. You guys can throw some ideas in if you want to express what you remember and took away from the conversation class. 22 women of valor. She was one of them. She's the mother of Samson. We extended, remember the mission, the mission statement is Samson's mazel. We're going to get, you know what, this is going to be a legitimate third class. We're going to just do some review and make things perfectly established and clear. Okay, can I get a 1 on that? 1 or 2? So we want to know, we're going to always have to go back and address our agenda. The agenda is, what is Samson's mazel? What is Samson's mazel? To do that, the angel says what his name should be. So there's a whole episode with the angel that appears to Samson's parents. And then the angel gives instruction. We learn then who are Samson's parents for all intents and purposes. Which led us to a man went out, ... and that was Manoach. And he was a great guy. Some say he wasn't, I think, but most say he was. And he's an aspect of the redemptive figure, Saria ben Dan. And my personal agenda is to learn more about Saria ben Dan, which is the exact same as what is the mazel of Samson. It's using Samson as a what, Justin B? As an Iker. Just like if we're to say, I want to understand David's mazel, and I said I want to learn Mashiach's function, could I learn David as an Iker to understand Mashiach ben David? Yes or no, 1 or 2? Justin B? Yeah, absolutely. Learning David as an Iker, you can learn about Mashiach ben David. Learning about Samson, you can learn the Iker of Samson to learn about Saria ben Dan. Saria ben Dan, the very name evokes the question, what does that name mean? It's only referenced a couple of times, but what we know about it is a redemptive figure, a la Samson, and created with the union of Dan and Judah, a la Samson. Because Manoach was born from that, and Samson and his parents created Samson from that. So really, there's no such thing as Samson. There's such a thing as Manoach and Samson's parents. And you can look at Manoach, or you can look at the mother of Manoach. There's just as much of a reason to look at them together, look at Samson, look at Manoach, and look at Hazelelponi. Hazelelponi reminds us of Rahab, the wife of Joshua. I always forget this point. We said that Manoach is similar to Saria. Saria came out of Rahab. Last week we covered. Justin, do you remember this? How Eric always remembers this. How we got from Samson to Hazelelponi to Rahab. Just trying to rack my brain. Eric knows this. I know I could ask Eric in 2 seconds and he'd get it. Let me just think for a second. Just it was the whole, everything was going back to Rahab. Everything was going back to Rahab. But when we found Hazelelponi in Chronicles is where Judah's lineage gets funny with Gerim. We know that from Caleb. And we want to know, is Hazelelponi a Ger? That's right. 91 Baba Basra. And we know it's very Gary. But we want to tighten it up. So we need to know, was she a Ger? How does she go back to Rahab? And who exactly was Hazelelponi? We know all about Manoach. But if we're going to understand the mazel of Samson, we really need to get the mother squared away. To understand that Dan comes as Manoach. The Judah aspect, which is the Ger aspect, comes from Hazelelponi. You know what? Let's look that up. That's a good place to start. Because if she's coming from Judah, we have a source that the sons of Judah were Gerim. So it's not a problem. Let me just see here real quick. Yeah, Manoach was from Dan, and the wife was from Judah. Okay. That therefore they say his mother's name was Hazelelponi. Hazelelponi. Aleph. From this said the angel, "You're barren." It explains that she was barren. And we said the barren women are like the days of creation. She's the 6th day. Zion is the 7th day, which is a nickname kind of thing for the redemption. And there's that Baba Basra 91a. Hazelelponi in the city of Yabitz, that the letter Taf is Taf Tet Samech. Well, you know what? I agree with you, Loretta 1R. Let's go look in Baba Basra 91a. What do you think? Let's look in Baba Basra 91a. Some say Manoach was a simpleton. Some say he was a righteous man. Because if she's really high, then he's got to be low. If she's just a regular Ger, then he's really high. Because they want to paint the picture that one is super duper high and the other one is not so super duper high. So there's no reason linguistically to think both of them were super duper high in kind of outer level terms, just kind of superficial Lafib Shuto terms. And for the sake of the recording, let's go ahead and quote this. Yeah, that's that Midrash HaGadol, but I couldn't find it. Midrash HaGadol is generally only on the Chumash. I got to find where they're talking about that. So here we're going to quote the Midrash Tehillim Shocher Tov, classic commentary on Tehillim. And as it says very clearly, oh, wow. There you go. There's her answer. She's a Ger. The families of the Sophrim are the dwellers of Yabitz. The Lafib Shuta, they're B'nai Shevet Judah. All of them from the land of Judah. And Divrei Yami, this is given Kula L'Drush. Mishpachat Sophrim, the families of scribes. Mishpachot of the families of wise men. Yoshvei Yebitz, Talmidim that sit and they learn Torah in the dwelling of Yabitz. Rosh Yeshiva in Sanhedrin. He was an Adam Gadol in Torah. And then it leads into the Kenites and Rechabites. So let's look now again and see what it says about Yabitz with her. And then it's proven. I was reading the Shocher Tov Midrash Tehillim. So we got to get Bava Basra 91a. It should be, if Bava Basra 91a equals what we read in Midrash Tehillim, she's a ger. Without a question. Without question. $91A. We're in Bava Basra 91A. All right, so it is definitely 91A. 91A. That's from the Midrash Rabbah. We quoted that last time. Very interesting. Wow. So it's talking about Ruth. There you go. There's your Ruth thing. Who's that? Loretta Winar? Was that you? Machlin and Killian. Ger Toshav women, right? Vayalo shloshim banim, shloshim banot, shachutza v'shloshim banot, avi banav min achutz v'yishvat, es Yisrael sheva shanim v'kol achas v'chas asar shnei, mishtaot achad b'beis aviv, v'echad b'beis chamav, kol lo zmin es manoach amar kula ikar. Ima, the mother of Shimshon, Hazelelponi, Zion with a bracket, says go to, call her Hazelelponi, okay? Now, 1 second, there's just something important going on online. 1 second, this person's asking me an important question. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Let's see here. Hazelelponi, ve'achte nashin, v'may nafka mina, v'tshuvas haminim. Let's see here. Meshum da'ayre ba, kra tuva, v'ksiv nami la'aviv, le'imo. Yeah. Here's what I was saying, right? Because we want to say that the verse is speaking good about Manoach. Correct? And therefore, they want to figure out that it's got to be speaking good about her. So it's the heretics that ask. Basically, heretics think that she was low grade. Matam Einanu Yodin Shmosin. They ask, what is the reason we don't know their names? Wow. So the heretics will say, you don't even know the name of Samson's mother. It's not in the Tanakh. So she's not worthy. And minim, I think, were the terms for the early Christians. So the prophets gave over the names of David's mom, Abraham's mom, and Samson's mom. And from that, we can learn that she was a great woman. Let me go back to the Midrash now. It didn't exactly answer the question, but did good nonetheless. All right, now we can finally understand the Midrash. Loretta, 1 hour, you have been right in Eric about looking up Bava Basra. It's coming here from this Midrash here. Comes to explain that Manoach was from Dan. Okay. There it is. Bava Basra 91a. Says there that the mother of Shimshon was Hazelelponi, the name of the sister, who Nashik, The Hikshu Sham, the Mine Afkamina. Why do we have to know about her? The answer is we answer heretics or Christians, and we see the explanations that come to exclude Christians that say the mother of this guy was impregnated by Ruach HaKodesh. You see that? Wow. Samson is the refutation of Christianity. Or better yet, the mother of Samson. And it's interesting because this is my famous thing with the counter-missionaries. The Torah didn't reject Jesus. The Torah considered Jesus doesn't matter enough to even reject. But the prophets understand the claim can come up one day, and therefore Samson's mother can serve as the refutation. If anybody wanted to say she was impregnated by the Holy Spirit, just like Samson, that his mother was impregnated by the words of the angel. For this, the Gemara says that it was a natural birth. That behold, if every birth or conception was in order to conceive Samson to save Israel, then he needs to be to her only Samson. Why would she bear a daughter? Perforce, the angel expressed a natural conception. Look at the Marsha, which we will do. We will go down and look at the Marsha. In the Midrash, it mentions Hazelelponi. It brings Hazelelponi to the city Yavitz. And the letter Tuf is Tes, mentioned as one of the families Hatzarti. Okay, so she's from the city of Yavitz. Now let's go back to the Shulchan Tov. It doesn't say the city of Yavitz. It does. I mean, it doesn't say Ir Yavitz, but it says the dwelling of Yavitz. Unless there's a difference between the city and the dwelling, I don't think there is. The dwellers of Yavitz. Justin B., where's our source for Hazelelponi in Chronicles? This is very important. Can you type a 1 that you can read 4-3? Is that a fact? 4-3? Okay, because they're quoting the same thing here. 4, 9, and 10. So let's see if it is the same. 4, 3. Yeah, the very next thing goes into the Yavitz. So we have now proven she's a ger. Lafib Shuto, related to the Kenites and all this thing. She was, and again, it's Caleb's family. Caleb was involved, and it's the lineage of David in the tribe of Judah that they took on the concubines, and the concubines with Caleb's. Caleb's father took on concubines, and he gave gifts of Judaism, and a heritage, partial heritage, not the same heritage, but partial heritage to their children, which became the city of Hebron. Justin B., where's Samson in Judges? I lost my bookmarker fell out. 13. Yeah, so he took on concubine women. This is why You cannot do research on genealogy in the Tanakh for Jews and Gerim and try to understand who's a Jew and who's a Ger. You'll never get it. Because it's so subtle, they knew how to make this happen. They had the wisdom of how to build Israel. We don't have that. So that's why it's not done today. It'll never be done again, in my opinion. It was used to create the nation and get to King David. It was a tradition of the tribe of Judah from knowledge of Tamar and Shem. But Caleb is where it started to happen. Caleb and his father, his Herzon, whatever his name was. And we see Hazelelponi was a righteous Ger woman that came out of it, and all the Ger women in Judah came out right. Bathsheba, Ruth, Tamar, right? They have a tradition of the Ger women, and Samuel wrote Ruth to say we don't question the tribe of Judah's Jewishness, but we just don't go back there again. You see, the church wants to go there again, and they corrupt it, and that's why we have strong laws today preventing it. God brought it through Klippa to prevent it, and it probably will be never gone back to again. But it was brought down through Klippa and sealed off that way. Now that we know that, the questions that remain are, how does it go back to Rahab, and what is the secret of Hazelelponi? So we got now where she's coming from. We want to know, how is she related to the 22 women of valor? And if she may be the brightest spot of the Judaic women, right? Based on Ruth and all these characters that are usually compared to. And she's the mother of Samson, which is the biggest refutation, not only on the Jew-Ger dynamic historically of Judah, but the Immaculate Conception. That as great as she was, and Samson was, and of Judah involved, it still was not a miraculous birth, and she had other kids, and she was of flesh and blood. So Samson, what we call the greater Samson, is a refutation of Christianity, type 1. You can say that Saria ben Dan is a refutation of Christianity, type 1. Because Christianity is actually called a min, a type of heresy. So when heresy comes in, it will attempt to foil, or is that the word, foil? I forget the word. But to soil or foil, whatever it is, I don't know. Ruin the storyline of Judah, Messiah, Samson. Saria ben Dan is Hazelelponi, so to speak, to say what really happened in reality will keep you from making false conclusions. So the name is omitted. I think so. Because idolatry sees no name, and it says Immaculate Conception is true, and you have to agree with me because we don't even know her name, type 1. The prophets know the tradition of Samson and say, no, we got it covered. It was not miraculous. You're an idiot. So we know the name of Hazelelponi, and it was not a miraculous conception. The angel was prophetic, but that does not make it a beyond nature. And therefore the prophecy was through this world, the angel was through this world, and this is where the rationalists fall on their face. You can have an angel. I could be an angel right now. It's me, but God can show you a revelation despite myself. Type 1. If God wants to get you a message, God can use whatever agency he wants. You can be an angel to me. The CNN News can be an angel to you. That's what people don't understand. They want to say it's either like a harp or it's all rationalist. Did you ever think God runs nature in the world? That's right. God sends a messenger. You're just playing your harp. I just play harp for fun. You're like, it's an angel. You're both right. It's called mazel. So the story of Samson, here's a trick question. Justin B. Loretta 1R. Ready? Samson had miraculous strength. Would you agree with that? Can we say that the descriptions of Samson's miraculous strength were allegorical Iker terms? And it's not to say it's a false story. It's like Mike teaches. A Silas miracle is much greater than anything you can conceive with your eyeballs. You understand that? So we say Samson was fantastic, this and that. And the miracles and the strength. The words don't change and their meaning don't change. Otherwise, we're no better than the Christians. Let's just make up our own Torah, okay? What do you say? We'll make up our own Torah? You guys want to? Let's just make it up. So without making it up, the only way you cannot make it up is by using Iker terms. Type 1. Iker terms. So when it says Samson, yada yada, was strong, yada yada. Samson was big and tough, yada yada. He took out 4,000 trillion billion gazillion men with his super duper duper strength. That's what you're calling it in either Lafib Shuto or in English. And the Christians can say the same thing. You're actually giving power to your Christian friends who say Jesus was also that strong. He was a tough guy. So really, Samson is Jesus. There's no difference. And that becomes very problematic. Because why do we try so hard to but carry a tradition? I mean, the prophets, I'm saying. Kosher Torah, God invented. Why did God make Torah if we're going to just call it Jesus? So you cannot say, well, we have a kosher Jesus, so it's okay. The kosher Jesus is okay because we call it Jewish. Our kosher Jesus keeps the mitzvahs, so we're okay. It's not okay. Therefore, we have to get it right. And the only way you get it right is from Iker terms. The only way you get it right is from Iker terms. So now that we know the Iker terms, we can understand Samson's miraculous Atzilus, miraculous strength without changing meanings, using Iker terms, deriving a natural super strength. Type 1. Thereby, it's Christian free. Yeah, in fact, I would say the only way to be Christian free is to be Christian free. Type 1. To be Christian free, we gotta be Christian free. Iker terms and the real Samson does that. And Hazelelponi is the essence of that and her lacking from Scripture. So now do you understand how it works with Hazelelponi? Why her name was omitted? It really is Ruach HaKodesh. The prophets knew, those that wrote Shoftim, judges, to leave her out and institute her by an oral tradition. Because idolatry is not new. Jesus is not new. You guys ever seen those memes on the internet? Like every culture had a Jesus. Like this one was born of a virgin and is the Son of God. This one is born of a virgin and is the Son of God. This one is born of a virgin and is the Son of God. So Samson is the original Jesus. That was never Jesus. He was just called Samson. All fake Jesuses imitate Samson. It really is an ambush and a trap. By God making Samson, which is what Saria ben Dan will do, there's a Yetzer to be Jesus. You know how special I am, people? You guys know how special I am? I'm special. Well, Justin B., you're special because you're 6'1". That's pretty special. I'm more special than you because I was born of a virgin birth. You understand? It's like Brian Regan's got a joke that Neil Armstrong's got something better to say than everybody else. How do you respond to a guy who says, well, I walked on the moon, right? How do you respond to that guy? So the ultimate idolatry, religion, if you're going to really be, God, I'm God, says the fool, right? The only way you can logically, in an algorithm of Klippa, say and prove that you're God is, because remember, you're saying it to me in the flesh, right? If you tell me you're God, you're saying it in the flesh, type 1. So number 1, you're saying it in the flesh. Hey God, how did you get to the flesh? Well, I was born of a virgin birth. You understand? God will never say from the heavens, hey, everybody, it's me, God. Right? God never speaks that way. God speaks through creation. He created that way, prophecy, angels. An angel doesn't say, hey, I'm an angel. I was never born. We said messengers are sent through messengers. The angel will never say, hi, Loretta Wanar, I'm an angel. I was actually not born. I'm here to tell you a very important thing that you need to know about your life. No, it's going to be Rabbi Katz, blah, 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 Rabbi Katz, blah, blah, blah. And Loretta's going to say, wow, an angel spoke to me through Rabbi Katz. And it would be so profound if it happened, I promise you wouldn't be able to tell anybody anyways. Well, Rabbi Katz was giving class, and it was an angel coming through him, and only I knew it. It's called prophecy on that level. And I would never say, hi, hello, I'm not really Rabbi Katz, everybody. It's all a gimmick. The pictures on Facebook are fake from my angelic kingdom, and I was not born of a woman. So since the spiritual kingdom adheres to God, then if I am a self-proclaimed prophet, therefore God is speaking to me, and the only way I can prove that is if I am God. To which you would say, hey God, how did you make it into a body? Well, I self-induced myself into a woman through a virgin birth. You understand? It's an algorithmic certainty. Anybody with enough ego and arrogance to be God, it has to come through the anti-Samson program. Because ultimately it means you are God incarnate. And how did it happen? Through a virgin birth. Type 1 or 2 if you're with me. So Samson stands to say, hey, everybody, they pervert my story. I'm the original Jesus, only they call me Samson. And I came from not a virgin birth. I came from a bloody, gutty, normal birth. So you refute Christian. And here's my own personal beef. Can somebody answer this for me, please? Why aren't the counter-missionaries refuting Jesus with Samson? Can you answer this for me, Justin B? If the Torah is telling me to refute Christianity with Samson, why are the counter-missionaries not teaching Samsonism 101? Or better yet, Saria ben Dan 101? Good question. Good question. So Samson, Saria ben Dan, is anti-Jesus counter-missionary by the fact that he exists. So basically, who is the Virgin Mary, Justin B? Who is the Virgin Mary? Virgin Mary is the backside imitation of Samson's mom. Type 1. Virgin Mary is backside Hazelelponi. Hazelelponi is the real McCoy, the real birth mother of Samson. The church with a 180-degree rule, they call that the Virgin Mary. Samson is Jesus, and Manoach is Joseph. Right? Manoach is the guy from Dan, lowlife. Joseph was a lowlife. I guess no, I'm talking about the real Joseph. Wait, who's Joseph? What is the story of Joseph, Jesus' father? I actually don't know this. What is the story of Joseph, Jesus' father? Carpenter. Manoach comes from no. She comes from, hold on. What else? Let's look it up. You guys want to do some research? Let's find out how the church manipulates Manoach. Ready? Okay, the husband of Mary, Manoach, was the husband of Hazelelponi, as an Iker term. The mother of Jesus, the father of Jesus, the parents of Samson. It's all about where Jesus was born. It's all about where the parents of Samson were born. Joseph lived in Nazareth. Manoach lived in Dan. I think we found something good here, gang. You realize how good? Do you realize what we just found? You realize how good this is? We have found the real perversion of Jesus. And the bottom line is they don't know much about Joseph. And that's purpose. That's not an accident. It's because they want to focus not on Manoach. They want to focus on Hazelelponi. Right? Because that's the one in Scripture that proves, so to speak, Jesus. So Hazelelponi says there can't be Jesus. So Mary says there is Jesus. Manoach is just part of the story. Joseph is just part of the story. Therefore, we see the church has mimicked Samson absolutely 100%. And again, my question is, why are the counter-missionaries not quoting Samson to Christians? You can end the church in like 2 seconds. Very interesting discovery today. What's that, Loretta Winnar? If they quote Samson's story to the church and these Christians, you can end the church's claim within 2 seconds. Samson is, and we see the story of Samson is all about bringing down idolatry. I know it. I know. It's because Samson, you have to elevate it to the Iker term. They think it's a literal story. And it is literal, but you got to get it literal to see this. And you got to get Ger. Oh, we don't want to get Ger. Yeah, probably 7, right? All right, so we'll wrap up with that today. So I want you guys to make notes. We want to discover still Rahab. I'll wait for Eric on that one. And I'm actually okay with Hazelelponi. I think we got it. I'd like to learn a little bit more about her. But I think discovering Mary in the backside is everything you need to know about who Hazelelponi is on the front side. And basically, whatever they say about Mary, they're on the backside is really apropos to Hazelelponi on the front side, outside of the miraculous conception. Right? Fantastic woman, amazing woman, blah, blah, blah. Hazelelponi. All right, so let's stop there. And I'm glad we recorded. And the note for next week, go into Rahab. And I bet you we'll find even more in connection with Rahab as we did in the 180-degree roll. Thank you for listening. Be well.